Hey, hi, welcome back to BRR Knowledge Center. So, today in this session, we are going to talk about runtime polymorphism. So, as part of a polymorphism in the OOPS concept, so we have been already discussed the compile time polymorphism, like what is compile time polymorphism and how we are going to achieve compile time polymorphism. Got it. So, as part of that, we have discussed method overloading and operator overloading. Understood. Coming to this runtime polymorphism. So as I mentioned, right, runtime polymorphism is nothing but, during inheritance, right, or during your programming, implementing for inheritance in C sharp. At the runtime, the methods that are being called is going to determine at runtime, but not at compile time. Okay, so this runtime is going to decide what method needs to be invoked for the required calling, right? This is going to be decided at runtime, but not at compile time. Understood? So to get achieve this, we have a method overriding concept in C sharp, and using that, we are going to achieve a runtime polymorphism. So in C sharp, let me define the definition. Sorry. So in C sharp, right? Runtime polymorphism, C sharp runtime polymorphism is going to achieve using, right, method overriding. So in runtime polymorphism, right, the method, right, that is called is determined, right, at the runtime, but not at the runtime, not at compile time. That's all. Okay, this can be called as, right, dynamic polymorphism, dynamic polymorphism, or late binding, right? So, our runtime polymorphism. So, in these three ways, we can call it as, a polymorphism, runtime polymorphism, right? Dynamic polymorphism, right? And late binding, right? So, let's share, okay? So to achieve this, so as I mentioned, we are going to use method overriding. Understood? So what is method overriding? What is method overriding here in C sharp? So as we discussed, method overloading is something like going to create or define same method with a different signature. But when it comes to method overriding, right, it has to be have a same signature and same method. Everything is same, then only it is going to override. So in during inheritance, right, if the same method in present in both and superclass and child class, then the method is, right, in the subclass, right, so overrides the same method in the superclass. So during inheritance, right, in C sharp, if the same method or entity or a function, you can call it as anything, right, is present in both superclass and child class, right, then the method in the, right, superclass overrides into derived class or subclass or child class. Child class. This is called, right, method overriding. So we can implement method overriding using below keywords. One is virtual, right? And second thing is override. So what is virtual here? So virtual means allows, right, the methods to be right overridden, understood, by the derived class. And override means indicates, right, the method is overriding the method from the base superclass or base class. Understood? The virtual key allows the method to be overridden in the derived class. That means child class or subclass. Got it? And override means it indicates the method is overriding the method from the superclass or base class or parent class. Understood? So the virtual keyword, right, always going to use in base class. Override keyword, right, always going to use in derived class. Understood? So let's get implement this using Visual Studio and see how it is going to work with you, or demo how it is going to work when I use the same method, right? So let me share my Visual Studio. So where is that? Here. This is my Visual Studio, right? Here, I'm going to demonstrate you by just creating two classes. Okay. So let me create a class here. Class. This is my base class, or you can say it is parent, right? Instead of this, right, I have a method public void display message, right? So I'm going to print console of right line dot, right? Owner of this class is, right, parent. This is just a method I'm going to define it. Now I'm going to create another class called child, understood? And I want to define, right, same method called display message. And instead of this, right, owner of this class is child. Still here it is fine because this is an independent class and this is an independent class. But when I inherit parent into here as part of inheritance, it is going to throw you a compile time exception that it is going to hide in the right hides inherited member of a parent display a message. You just use new keyword, right? It was intended. So to get rid of this, what I said was you need to do a method overriding. To do this, the parent class you just define virtual, and the child class you just declare this override. Got it? This is how you are going to define a method overriding using virtual and override keywords. Now coming here, right, you just create, right, obj parent equal to new parent, and similarly child obj child is new child, right? Obj this is a parent instance. Now you can straight away call both methods, right? Those are going to directly work for you because you have not, you know, we were not escaped or bypassed anything here. I still use both methods, right, in the inheritance via the individual objects because the methods are automatically overridden using virtual and override keywords. If you can run this and see how the output is going to display for you. Here it is. So it is going to print a parent display method and child display method, right? So this is how it is going to work out method overriding using virtual and override keywords, right? So I hope you understood the concept of runtime polymorphism using method overriding, right? Thanks for listening to this video and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.